Okay, then they enter into the canal, and from here the fiber ends up at the lateral geniculate ganglia. From here the central process starts and goes to the nucleus tractus solitarius. This is nucleus tractus solitarius, responsible for taste sensation. So this lateral geniculate ganglia has two processes, central process and peripheral. Central process goes to the nucleus tractus solitarius and peripheral process goes to the tongue. The next is fibers for the general somatic sensation from posterior part of the external ear. So for the last is the fibers which carry the sensation of touch, pain and temperature from posterior part of external ear. They start from here, posterior part of external ear, enter inside the canal, then passes vertically, then horizontally, and these fiber also ends at lateral geniculate ganglia. From here, lateral geniculate ganglia, again the central process goes to the spinal nucleus of trigeminal nerve, which is responsible for general somatic sensation of touch and pain and temperature. So the fiber is starting from here, from the posterior part of external ear. This part from lateral geniculate ganglia to the ear is peripheral process of lateral geniculate ganglia. Starting from here, enters into the ear, then passes through the canal, ends at the lateral geniculate ganglia, then central process starts and moves toward the brainstem and ends up at spinal nucleus of trigeminal nerve. So here the facial nerve has formed two bundles. One bundle is formed by the main motor nerve fiber of the facial nerve, and second bundle is formed by the parasympathetic fibers which carry the taste sensation and fibers of the general somatic sensation. This is one bundle, and this second bundle which consists of three fibers: parasympathetic, fibers of the general somatic sensation and fibers of the taste from anterior 2/3 is called nervus intermedius. Show the course of facial nerve here. Okay, now I will show the course of facial nerve in picture. This is pons, this is medulla, here this is motor nucleus of the facial nerve. From here it moves backward toward the fourth ventricle, then it take a turn around the sixth cranial nerve, then it moves forward and exit at pontomedullary junction. This from here, this is geniculate ganglia, passes through the geniculate ganglia, then moves horizontally, then vertically, and here comes out at the stylomastoid foramina and divides into 5 branches. Here it moves backward, gives branch to digastric and stylohyoid muscle, and also give 5 motor branches. This is so starting from here, backward, forward, then coming here, geniculate ganglia, move, then supply, ends up here. And the next is salivatory. So this is superior salivatory nucleus, which is parasympathetic nucleus for the facial nerve, starting from here, and at the lateral geniculate ganglia, the fibers responsible for lacrimation moves in middle cranial fossa. From here they get separated and then they ends up at, this is ganglia. From here the postganglionic fiber starts and ends at lacrimal gland. So this is the route of lacrimal fibers of the facial nerve. Starting from here at geniculate ganglia, they get separated. Lacrimatory fibers goes toward the lacrimal gland and salivatory fibers goes for the salivatory gland. Here the salivatory fibers from the lateral geniculate ganglia comes in the canal, then they ends up at submaxillary ganglia, and from here the postganglionic fibers reach to the sublingual and submandibular gland, which are responsible for lacrimation. The next is fibers which carry the sensation from anterior 2/3 of the tongue. This starts from here, fibers, then they also passes through the geniculate ganglia, and then they enter to the nucleus tractus solitarius, and the fibers okay, so I have explained the course of the facial nerve and its function. I hope it will be helpful for the physiotherapy students. In my next video, I will explain about the UMN and LMN lesion of the facial nerve. Thank you very much.